Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I will be trying my best to make the side event as simple as possible for you, explain what you do when, what is in my opinion the best way to go around it, and then we're going to take a look at the store and take a look at the best values overall. So what is the most important thing to know? That the entire side event effectively revolves around this solo event that yet again is bugged. The thing about this solo event is that this is how you get your seized devices, which is effectively entry tickets into the side event quest. The point is you were meant to be able to claim like one seized device every day or every other day or something like that. It is, however, currently bugged and you can all claim of them at once, which means you can just blitz through the entire side event in a day, which I haven't done yet, but I am done with this event. So this event is the core of the entire thing. So you need to win fights using Spider-Verse tag champions or defeat Metal tag champions or defeat Robot tag champions. Now, there are, in my opinion, two best ways to do this, and it's very simple. Just grind arena. By grinding arena, you will naturally keep, using Spider-Verse champions if you have any of them ranked, or you're going to keep defeating Metal tag champions and Robot tag champions, and it's not going to be the fastest way to do it, but it's going to be the most productive way to do it, because you're not going to be spending any extra time or extra energy trying to get these milestones. You would be doing something that you are normally doing as you are. The other great way to get that event done is something that I did for the second half, and that is just complete the contender and proven and conqueror difficulties basically on autoplay. So I picked a full team of Spider-Verse characters, so it means that every fight gave me at least 10 points, and I just autoplayed as I was doing stuff around the house and I was going to the stores, and yeah, that is super easy way how to accumulate points extremely quickly. Obviously, you can quote-unquote optimize a game to go and duel like a warlock because it's a metal, it's a robot champion, use Spider-Verse hero to defeat it. There'll be 20 points per fight, but it would be pointless fighting. It would be something that you do specifically to acquire those tickets, which is extra time wasted, which is the time you shouldn't have wasted because you can get more in the same time. Maybe the acquisition of these points is going to be slower, but it's overall much more efficient thing because auto-playing the lower difficulty side events gives you units. Grinding arena gives you units, but just dueling stuff gives you nothing, right? So that was how it was super easy for me to get all of the points in the side event, which basically means I have all of these seized devices, all of the entry tickets that I am meant to have. So I used one of them. You can have 18 from that event. Once you have gotten at least one seized device, you can enter this quest. And this is kind of like a tricky part because you do want to be prepared a bit for it, obviously. You do want to go to the highest difficulty level that you feel you're able to defeat. However, even if you enter the highest difficulty level and you can't make it all the way through, it will likely be more valuable time than doing the lower ones because you get significantly more points at threat level 5. So in general, just go to the hardest level of difficulty that you can reasonably play. And once you do preview, there is something that you do need to know, that the final boss was Penny Parker. I don't know if it's going to be this time around, but there is a node, so you're going to need to have a good Penny Parker counter. On top of it, this new to unlock could be a bit troublesome. I personally just used Hulkling and I kind of landed my intercept after it, but Gallon, Hulkling, or other options. And fight just before that is also super important because it has Bloody Mess. And this was the mistake that I made. I didn't have any champion that inflicted bleed, so I effectively ended up fighting against health pool 10 times the size. So it took me a few minutes to defeat. That was a Spider-Man. So yeah, do bring in a champion with bleed, most importantly. Overall, it is kind of set where you need champions from pretty much all of the classes. There's some nodes that help mutants, some nodes that help mystics, stuff like that. So definitely read through the nodes. I personally will be using this team going forward with Hulkling, Juggernaut, Archangel, Kingpin, and Scorpion. You can switch it up. I do think Archangel is a great choice for this. Jugs did great. Hulkling was awesome too. And obviously Kingman Scorpion, just super versatile champions. But whatever works for you, just be aware that there are some nodes that will slow you down. Other than that, that is pretty much it for this side event. Everything else is going to happen like accordingly, because these solo objectives, as you play the side event, Metal Infestation, you're going to be earning these rewards automatically. So that's awesome. This one thing, again, I'm not going to be paying too much extra attention to this one. I'm just going to be grinding arenas or playing the game normally. Obviously, you can find dual targets for these if you want to rush through them. I personally will not be rushing through that. But let's jump to the store. But before we do, again, just a very, very simple kind of explanation of the event. Everything revolves around you getting these seize devices for this event. And in order to do that, you basically just want to use Spider-Verse characters. So I personally did some arena, auto-played the lower difficulties, and that was it. I got all the points there pretty much immediately. And then do the highest difficulty side event, and that will award you this currency that's Spider-Bots. That is basically the store currency. And now you can go to the store in Spider Exchange, and you can change your Spider-Bots for all of these bundles. Now, for me personally, I'm interested effectively in like 2 or 3 things. I'm interested in rank 4 materials, which is why I think this bundle is going to be the best for me. So I'm going to be getting all of these bundles for sure, with 5% tier 6 class catalyst fragments, with tier 3 alphas, tier 6 basics. So I'm going to be buying this all bundle flat out. And then I don't even know. It's going to be something to look at. I'm not particularly interested in that. Maybe I will be getting this 7-star bundle. We'll see how much I have left. But before I do that, I will actually go down a tier, and I'll be getting these other bundles that also have some 6 stones, some rank 4 materials. But again, this entirely depends on what you want. I personally think that tier 3 alphas, tier 6 basics, tier 6 CCs, 6-star 6 stones are the most important things for me. I'm not going to be chasing every single 6-star shard that I can. If you want to, you can get 20k 6-star shards extra and 20 signature stones from this bundle as well. I think it's relatively reasonable priced if you are trying to grow your 6-star roster. If you're looking for more rank 3 materials, this bundle is not too bad either. But for me personally, and I think for Paragon players in general, best is bundle 17, where you get tier 6 CCs, tier 3 alphas, tier 6 basics. And then I'm going to be doing bundles 14 and 15 because both of them still include fragments of tier 3 alphas, tier 6 basics, 6-star 6 stones, which is basically everything that I want. And even in this one, I'm going to be getting some 6-star shards as well. I do not know the exact total amount of spider bots that you can get, but these are the first 3 bundles I'll be targeting. Whatever's left over, I'll figure something out. Again, if you want more rank 3 materials, then obviously look at the ones that have tier 1 alphas, if I basic fragments, and so on and so forth. But again, for me personally, it's definitely rank 4 materials. However, keep in mind that obviously this is progression based, so if you're not Paragon, then you will not have access to the top bundles. You're going to have to deal with these lower ones, and they are sorted out per your progression level. On the bottom there, you can get away more cab shards, which I'm not particularly interested in. Definitely not interested in legendary or mythic crystal shards. You can get some ISOs, title, which maybe at the end, I'll maybe grab a profile picture or something if I have some of these spider bots left over. But again, the first and most important priority, I think, to anybody who has access to the Paragon bundle is to get bundle 17, by far the best one, and then bundle 14 and 15 for me personally. And I also think for Throne Breakers, if you are trying to become Paragon, I would still recommend getting bundles 14 and 15 just to get more rank 4 materials and get to that Paragon title quicker. So that is side event actually, and the unintended part is that you were not meant to be getting all seize devices immediately. But it's kind of like a pro player bug, because I often hate it with side events that you need to wait till the end of the month to get all the best rewards. So now you can basically clear that entire side event in like a day. Grind some arena, autoplay some lower difficulties, and then grind out that quest 18 times get all your spider bots, and job's good. And then you can leave it be for rest of the month if you want. So, kind of ironically and unintended, it is, in my opinion, one of the more successful side events where you can just get it done and over with, and then you don't need to pay attention to it. I personally like that a lot more than waiting 25 days to get, the rewards that I want to get. Anyhow, actually very simple. Use some Spider-Verse heroes, complete a quest, go to store. Simple as. That said, I'm going to catch you guys later. Bye! Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information